Yeah, it was crazy game from start to finish, and it hurts more giving up a layup for the win. You work your whole year, talking about defense and hanging your hat on defense, and we needed one stop and couldn't get that one stop. It's not one person's fault. There's a lot of things that happened throughout the game that helped put them in position to be able to win the game. We just didn't get it done.
We'll now open it up for questions for players first, please. Raise your hand and we'll get your microphone.
Terry Davis, Tri-State defender. Penny, when you guys you sound like you was up majority of the second half. What turned to let that little advantage get away in the second half?
Complacency. Complacency got them back in the game. We got up, I think, 7. We gave up a 3, couple fouls in the paint. We came on the other end, didn't make shots to capitalize on anything that we had, and they got back into the game. We had plenty of opportunities to go ahead and seal the deal. At the end, we had the ball up 2. I think it was up 2. Oh, up 1. Yeah, up 1. We had a turnover. Then we got the ball back. We should have called timeout. We didn't call timeout. Then they get a drive right after that. But before that, it was a 3 in the corner. It was layup. It was another big 3. They made every shot that they were supposed to make. And I think every game that we've lost like that, the other team has made every big play to win that game, to hang around, and we didn't.
Adam?
Adam Jardy with the Columbus Dispatch. Kendric, I know this is a difficult moment and a difficult situation. I wonder if you can try to put into words what is going through your head right now and what it feels like to be kind of coming to grips with what happened.
I can't really hear you at all.
Sorry. I just wonder, obviously this is an emotional, difficult moment, and these are always hard situations to kind of work your way through mentally. But what are you feeling right now, and what is it like to be processing what took place?
Yeah, it's a heartbreaker. We worked hard all year to put ourselves in this position, and we didn't start with me. I mean, I had a big turnover. You think about what you could have done, and we didn't get it done.
Kendric, can you take us through what happened there on the bench with you and Malcolm after you turned your ankle there?
Nothing. I mean, just teammates passionate. That's it. We was more mad that he fell on my ankle, and we was, trying to get to the refs to let them know, we feel like if that would have happened on the other end, they would have called that. So we was frustrated about it.
And then, DeAndre, your perspective on that final play, where did you see the defense break down there?
My teammate just basically, we talked in the huddle before. We was like, we wasn't going to give up a layup. We was going to give up a 3 before a layup. And Elijah, unfortunately, ran him off the line. And, I kind of wanted to help and block that, but it happened too quick. And they was locked in, and they made a huge play at the end.
Right here.
Terry Davis, Tri-State defender. Penny, when you put DeAndre back in with almost 14 minutes left in the game, what type of confidence you put him in there to see that, to make sure he didn't get that 5th foul?
Yeah, I knew he had to play. It was at a point where we were trying to push away from them, and I knew that with him on the floor would help us push away from him. So I had the confidence that he wouldn't foul out, and that he'd still go back out there and do what he needed to do.
Jeff Calkins from the Daily Memphian. Question for Kendric and for Penny. For Penny, you said you didn't get to call the timeout. Ayla was trying to call the timeout. Did you have a sense that he should have been granted the timeout?
Absolutely. If he called it before they called the jump ball, if he called timeout, then that's the timeout. But hey, that's the way it works.
And for Kendric, what's going to stay with you? This moment, the year? As you look back on this now that it's over?
I'm not sure yet. Right now, we done lost another heartbreaker. If you followed our year, we done lost a bunch of them. And I really, it's going to take me time to reflect, and then I maybe can answer that in a week or 2.
Last question for the players right here.
Penny, I'm sorry if you've been asked this, but a guy like Kendric who's made winning play after winning play all season and just kind of has a rough moment there. What do you tell him after that?
I mean, you mean after the ankle? Oh, well, yeah, I mean, he's a veteran. He understands. You still got to get a stop. He understands in that case. Like you said, he probably ran it through his mind a few times on how he could have handled it differently. And it just is what it is, man. You gotta learn from those situations. That's all you can say. And next time you're in that situation, just handle it better.
Kendric, DeAndre, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coach, if you could stick around for a few more.
Oh, all right.
Thank you. Over here on the right.
Penny, does the way this is ending change how you'll think about this season?
Yeah, because the end goal is where we are right now. We had a good season, a good to great season, but it ended in a first-round knockout. And the way it ended makes it way more sour for me. That's just how I look at it.
Here in the back.
Ty Belcher, Kent Wyatt. Coach Hardaway, you guys were able to accomplish one of your goals, which was winning the American Conference. But with your season ending tonight in the the second round of the NCAA Tournament, what will you take away from this season going into next season to try and go further and accomplish the next step in y'all's goal, which is ultimately the national championship?
Yeah, it's a lot to take away from it. I guess one thing I could say is, to just adjust some things in June and July when we come in, get ahead of the game, because this group didn't really start doing some things that we needed back in June and July until January, February. So for me, June and July are going to be big months for our team and continuing to push this culture in the right direction.
Next, we'll head to Zoom. Dan?
Penny, you talk about doing this for the city, and your student athletes talked about that too, that it's not just for Memphis, the university, but it's for the entire city. What do you want to say to the city right now when there has been a lot of success this season, and obviously this is hard at this moment?
Yeah, I definitely want to just tell the city thanks for being behind us. That AAC championship was a big jolt that we needed in the city. And the fans, I'm sure they had a ton of watch parties today. And just the high of winning the AAC and then the lows of losing this game. Just appreciate the fans for hanging in there with us all season long and fighting with us. And for the fans that traveled, thank you so much for traveling to the AAC championship and to Columbus.
Here in the blue shirt next. Right behind you. Nope. Mike's behind you. Jayla.
For Penny, what was your perspective on the exchange between Kendric and Malco? And did that throw anyone off at all, or was it?
I think it's just teammates just in the heat of the battle, just kind of wanted to be competitive. And, he hurt his ankle, and, Malcolm was talking about, the fouling and all that. So I was trying to lock in on what I needed to lock in on, and really didn't get into it. But I know that they were really both competitive at that time.
Penny, when you think about this game, is it tough to avoid thinking about the what-ifs with Kendric's ankle, Dre getting the foul trouble, and then the last play where Jaden, everyone thought he was calling timeout, everyone thought all you guys were calling timeout, and they give the ball to them instead?
We just have to do better. That's all I can say. I understand clearly, how things work, and we just have to be 5 times better than the next team. Every single game, we got to go out and be 5 times better. We cannot be equal. We know that. We got to play harder defense. We got to make more shots. We got to defend without fouling. We just got to do it 5 times better than anybody else.
Last coach right here. Our last question.
Terry Davis, Tri-State Vendor. Penny, the way you structured this team this year versus what you've done in the past, are you going to try to do a blended, or are you going to try to do this? Because this was one of your better teams, and I know you like to get the high-power recruits to get the buzz and all like that, but it seems like you have more success, with this type of team.
Yeah, I think it just happened by coincidence because, again, when we got in the portal, ended up getting 4 players that I really didn't recruit really hard, that they really wanted to come to the university, and I was getting to know them as the season went on. That might happen again this year. I'm looking to be older, but there is a little blend of young players plus, the older players, and that seems to work as well.